This is a Megatouch Max Sapphire, a tabletop arcade machine that was ubiquitous in bars and restaurants in the early to mid 2000s. And I was really surprised when I found out what's actually inside this thing. And I think you will be too. So stay tuned. And if you enjoy finding vintage computers in interesting places, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. I have very fond memories of playing a Megatouch just like this one at a bar called Tattooed Moms right here in Philadelphia. And I was still every bit the Linux nerd that I am today, so I would have been very surprised had I known what was lurking inside this thing. Now, if you want to know more about the history of these glorious machines, I'll link to a video from my good friend Ken of the Computer Clan, who just so happens to have the exact same one of these that I do. Unfortunately, unlike Ken's Megatouch, this one doesn't seem to be working. Alright, this thing is a lot. First of all, it's on a nice convenient swivel base, which is excellent because it weighs a frickin' ton. On the front here, we have a nice CRT screen, which is a touch screen. We also have a bill reader and coin slot. On the side here, there's a little plaque from Merit Industries in Bensalem, PA, which is right around the corner from me. Around the back here, we have two big dusty fans. Ooh, and they smell vaguely like cigarettes. This lock, of course, protects the internals from prying fingers. We'll get back to that. I'll also point out that the power cord is comically long. Nice. All right, I'm gonna plug this thing in. We'll see what it does. Probably won't boot up because I already tried it and it did not. Fans spin up, they're quite loud. The bill reader came to life and is begging for dollar bills. I heard the CRT initialize, but nothing is on it. All right, into the monstrosity we go. Okay, first of all, allow me to assure you that this thing does indeed smell as bad as it looks. Let's do a little experiment here. Gross. But yes, beneath all of the grime and stench, there is, in fact, just a computer. And from the little that I've read on this thing, I believe this is what makes the games happen. This little battery-looking thing is a special key that this needs to authorize the playing of games on the system. We do have a socketed Socket 7 CPU in here, as well as all of the ports which are modified to face up. This can take a PS2 keyboard and mouse, that could be handy. And VGA, I think we should test the monitor and see if the monitor actually works by connecting it to something else VGA. And I have just the thing. Right after this quick word about today's really relevant sponsor, 1010. Now, I've never told this story on camera before, but around 13 years ago, I really wanted to be an iOS developer. So I watched probably hundreds of YouTube videos and copy-pasted code from Stack Overflow, and I built a Magic the Gathering Life Counter app that I released. It really wasn't easy to do all by myself, and I had no guarantees that it would work at all in the end. Everything was just driven solely by my passion of doing something that I really liked. 1010 is the kind of educational platform I wish I had back then. It's here for you so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did, spending hours on self-directed study with no responses or feedback from development studios at the end, leading to maybe giving up your dreams. 1010 offers flexible, beginner-friendly online boot camps with one of the highest rates of graduation and employment in the industry. They're the only boot camp in the US that provides unlimited externship opportunities, even after graduation, with programs ranging from software engineering to data science, UX UI to cybersecurity. Not only does 1010 teach, but they prepare and help you to jump into a tech role afterwards. 82% of grads get hired within 6 months of completing their program. 1010 is so confident in your abilities that they guarantee it. If it takes you more than 10 months after completing your program to get the job you trained for, Triple 10 gives you 100% money back. Start learning a new job from $200 a month. Click the link down in my description or scan the QR code for a free career consultation. Thank you once again, Triple 10, for sponsoring today's video. This is a Pico Micro Mac. It's a Raspberry Pi Pico running an original Macintosh emulator, but most importantly for us today, they have VGA out. Now look! VGA works fine. Screen is not the problem. The problem must be either the computer or this board. Alright, back inside the beast, and I'm just starting to notice how loosely everything is fit in here. The hard drive is just laying on the bottom of the case. Warranty until 9/20/2020. Hey, this is only connected by one screw. My favorite amount of screws. I can't help but notice all the electrical tape on the power supply wires. I'm sure that's fine. And here is our lovely Socket 7 motherboard. We have one stick of memory. Appears to be 64 megabytes. I have no idea what this board is. And the power button is permanently jumpered on, so this thing will turn on as soon as power is applied. Alright, let's chuck this Seasonic power supply on here. VGA sticking straight up. So ideally, this does something as soon as we switch on the power supply. Alright, at least the CPU fan is spinning. Nothing outputting from VGA though. Looking at the back here, this thing was quite obviously recapped once before, but some of those joints don't look great. So I'm going to reflow those. I'm also going to reflow the VGA port because that also looks like it was redone at some point. Can't forget my goof goggles. Alright, what do you think the odds are that reflowing this thing has fixed it? Let's power this thing on. Exactly the same. A whole lot of nothing. Okay, changing gears slightly, let's plug this original hard drive into a different motherboard and see if it'll boot. Spinning up Dell logo. Alright, it sees the hard drive. That's a good sign. It's booting! It's booting Merit Linux. Okay, this is what I was really excited to show you. Merit Linux, which is Merit's own build of Linux for these game machines. Yeah, those things were running Linux. You should not see this error message. Alright, it does not like trying to boot on this board. Alright, maybe it'll boot inside of this old Packard Bell chassis. I've installed the weird Merit card in an ISA slot. Oh yeah, look at that. We are Linuxing. Restarting system to perform maintenance. She's not happy about this Packard Bell. Alright, I'm going to try this the other way around. Let's put the original board back in. This way we can plug in whatever this cable is, power for this goofball board. Maybe just the act of reflowing everything, reseating everything, will bring this thing back to life. No such luck. We have to see what happens if we put a dollar bill in here. Maybe we can pay Linux to boot. Oh, it took it. Can I have it back? Okay, should be able to unlock the money tray with my keys here. Please, I don't want to lose another dollar on this thing. Oh yeah, there we go. Sweet. Aha! Look at this, there's my dollar! Oh, there's my dollar. Well, it doesn't sound like there's any free treasure in there. Oh yeah, looking in the hole here, apparently this thing has played 144,000 188 games. All right, last thing I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna swap the CPU off of this one. Give me you. Give me this. You get on here. All right, maybe this'll do it. All right, well, what do you think the chances are of this last resort CPU swap just working? Let's find out. Oh my God! It is somehow come back to life. What in the world? Holy smokes! Let me mess around with the positioning here. All right, come on, give me a good screen. Oh, look at that! All right, we need a keyboard connected. The thing lives. F1 to continue. Hello? Oh, it's doing stuff. Oh, this thing is frickin' booting. Look at that. All right, new hardware settings installed, rebooting. All right, maybe this will boot properly now. It beeps. Sweet, spicy Spindler. It is loading into the Megatouch games. Oh, look, there it is. Oh my goodness. No, I don't think I plugged in the touchscreen to serial. Oh, son of a gun. All right, I have hot plugged the serial port. No. Can I control it with the keyboard? No, it's just in, Ooh. It did stuff. Let's see what this does. Through the cunning use of this. I think we need to restart it. All right, serial is connected. Do we have touchscreen? No. All right, well, no touchscreen. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, but look at that. The computer is alive. All right, well, the light on the little micro touch box inside of this thing is on. So I don't know why it's not registering touch. There's a calibrate button in here. Yeah, but even that doesn't want to work. That was a lot. But hey, we got there in the end. Well, 99% of the way there. This thing now boots up off of its original motherboard. I think my next step is going to be recapping, well, recapping the motherboard. I'll recap that weird daughter board that has all the game stuff on it. Maybe I'll take apart that micro touch box and see what's inside of it. And I would love to do something ridiculous with this thing, like dual boot Windows 95 and play Doom. But that'll have to wait for next video. For now, I'm just glad that it gave me my $1 back. In any event, that'll do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see me continue to fight with this thing, please subscribe down below. And thank you very much for watching. And I just want to give a very special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for supporting me and supporting this channel and all the weird stuff I do. I am so very grateful, and I just could not do this without you.